Uh, I would request everyone, if they can, for the time being, just mute themselves so that there is no disturbance.
Yeah,
Thank you
mic
very
is
much.
on.
Uh,
Yes, started.
I also welcome Professor Colonel R.N. Basu, who is our guest speaker today. We are delighted, sir, to have you, and we are honored to have you.
Thank you.
And I would be introducing him formally in a little while. But before that, I would request our President, Academy of Hospital Administration, Dr. Yashpal Sharma, to say a few words in his welcome address. Over to you, Dr. Yashpal.
Thank you, Jagtar sir. Good evening to each one of you. It's really a privilege to attend such seminars, webinar, and I'm really happy to have Professor R.N. Basu with us. I welcome all the members of Academy of Hospital Administration and especially the stalwarts sitting in the webinar. It's really a privilege to listen to Colonel Anand Basu, who's advisor, quality and academics, Medica Super Specialty Hospital, Calcutta, and he has 60 years of experience in healthcare and hospital sector, little more than my age. We are really privileged to have you here, sir. And on the behalf of Academy of Hospital Administration and all the members, I welcome you to today's webinar. Today's 11th webinar, and it's a very important topic. Research, all of you know, research is a way of thinking, and its purpose is to find out the answers to the questions through the application of scientific methodology, or you can say the procedures. Who better than Professor Arun Basu can answer to such questions? And he'll be talking about how to write a research paper. I hope that this topic will be of immense importance and use to all the participants, especially the postgraduate students and others who have joined the webinar. I will not take your much of time uh, and will hand over to Jagtar sir for formal introduction of Dr. Basu. And sir, we are really privileged to have you here. And I welcome all these stalwarts who are sitting here and all the members who have joined us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yashpal, uh, for your welcome words. And before I actually formally introduced Colonel R.N. Basu, he actually needs no introduction. Uh, would you like a quick word, Dr. Gomes, to
Uh, yes, thank you, Dr. Jagtar. A quick word. We always felt a need to have this topic being covered, and it is our privilege to have Sir as a speaker today. I have been interacting with many departments, individuals to inviting manuscripts for our journal, and we have seen the difficulties faced by both the authors as well as reviewers. So we thought we will have this topic as today's webinar topic, and I'm grateful on behalf of the Academy to Sir for accepting our invite and agreeing to address this issue today.
Thank you.
I have some difficulties with my data connection. That is why I am saying a quick few words. Also, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gomes. Now to the formal introduction of Professor R.N. Basu. As already said by our president, he is nearly 60 years of experience in healthcare and hospital sector. I would say he's one of the first, qualified and trained hospital administrators in the country. And he's well known all across the country and abroad also among the hospital administrators. He's an academician, he's an administrator, and he's a thought leader in the fields of hospital planning, hospital administration, quality, academics. And he was professor and head of the Department of Hospital Administration at, Armed Forces Medical College, and has the distinction of also leading and heading another department at Kasturba Medical College and Hospital, Manipal. At Manipal, he was also the additional dean and medical superintendent. He was a visiting professor at the National Institute of Health and Family Welfare, New Delhi. He's an examiner of various universities and institutions like AIIMS, Pune University, Nizam Institute of Medical Sciences, National Board of Examinations, and at the Calcutta University and Indira Gandhi National Open University. And I could go on and on. In fact, there is so much that he has done for hospital administration during his active kind of a service with the institutions, and he is continuing to do so now in his present capacity as advisor, quality and academics, Medica Super Speciality Hospital, Calcutta, where he is presently engaged. The topic that he has chosen to speak to us is so very relevant and so very important, because what is forgotten many a times is the kind of quality that we need in our research and the quality that we need in our writings. We may talk of quality in patient care, but how we present it and how we talk about it is also equally important. And there I feel couldn't have been a more better person than Professor R.N. Basu to talk to us on this subject. So, sir, without standing more between you and the audience, I would request you to kindly speak to our participants. Over to you, sir. Colonel Basu, sir.
Good evening, colleagues, friends, the dignitaries, and specifically the young administrators who are participating in today's meeting. I recommended this particular topic for today's webinar. One of the reasons being that I am a reviewer of the JAHA Journal of Academy of Hospital Administration. Some articles which come to me, I found there are a lot of deficiencies in those articles. And it appeared to me that the youngsters of today has not been properly indoctrinated in how to write a research paper. And not much of emphasis has yet been provided to this particular topic. So I thought it will be nice if I can speak to the youngsters today on this topic. The target of my speech is not the seniors, but those who are just joining the profession, the very interesting profession, challenging profession of hospital administration, and the students. So there is some problems is there because even the windows cannot be shared, it seems. You can see at least partly now.
Yeah, we can see the slides, sir. You can continue, sir, please.
Yes, please carry on, sir.
So just I said, my presentation and the target audience today is the young people, the young administrator, and the students. Now, today, as it is said, without research, science is dead. When we became hospital administrators, that time whoever was senior was managing a hospital. He may be a clinician and least interested in hospital administration. He was still loyal to his own specialty. Things have changed now. If you say something to somebody, he's not going to accept it unless you can show the proof. The proof comes from the research, the evidence, and so far we have been leaning on the advanced countries for these evidences. But India is different. Our socioeconomic milieu is different. Our culture is different. Ethnicity is different. So here, everything that is applicable to US or UK or Australia may not be applicable to us. Therefore, here lies the importance of research in our context. And that is the reason, as it is said in USA usually, that unless you publish, you perish. And the same thing is gradually coming in India as well. So let us see from the beginning, what is research? Obviously, it is an academic activity. And research comprises defining and redefining problems. Basically, you are trying to find out an answer to a problem. That is what the research is, basically. There are other aspects also, fundamental research and other things. I'll not go into those things. Now, what are the types of research? This can be descriptive versus analytical, applied versus fundamental, the qualitative versus quantitative. These are some of the aspects of research. And what is the structure of a research article? Here, most of the people are by and large okay. They know the various segments of a research paper, but I'll just go through some of them. First and foremost is the topic title. Next comes the abstract and keywords, introduction, materials and methods, clearance from the institutional ethical committee, results, analysis, discussion, conclusion, declaration of conflict of interest, references, tables, figures, and acknowledgement, if any. These are the structure of a research paper. There is some difference between a thesis and a research paper. I'll not go into that detail. That usually the universities or the DNB, whoever is, whatever course you are doing, they usually guide the students what to do. Now, topic. The main hurdle faced by the beginners is topic selection. They don't know what topic to be studied. Most of the research topics in hospital administrations are either descriptive or applied research. That is, applied research is you trying to find a solution to something. The beginners can start with small problems. Hundreds of problems occur every day in a hospital. You can pick up any repetitive type of problems and make that as a research topic. As you move up the organization ladder, you may then select topic appropriate for tactical and strategic levels. Now I'll give some examples of the topics which...
So,
yes.
Basu sir, may I just interrupt you for a minute? Your slides are not moving.
Slides are not moving. In my computer,
it is stuck on that first slide of writing a research paper, sir.
I see. I don't know what is the
Sir, if
problem.
you can go out of the slideshow mode, it will be changing for us. Yes, sir. Now it's okay, sir.
Now it is
On topic selection, sir.
Okay. So the main hurdles, as I was telling, by the beginners they face, that is the selection of a topic. I'll be giving some examples of the kind of topics that one can select for his research paper. Example, a descriptive type of research, a study of the system of uninterrupted supply of oxygen in the hospital, a study of discharge process of patients and bottlenecks, if any, a description of AIDET process followed by healthcare workers in a hospital. These are the descriptive type of topics. Next is evaluative. A study of the adequacy of nursing staffing level vis-a-vis the workload in a general medical surgical nursing unit of a hospital. Effectiveness of patient orientation on admission. Effectiveness of clearing process of effectiveness of environmental cleaning process by the housekeeping staff. Analytical type of topics, analysis of the reasons of patient dissatisfaction as reflected in the patient feedback form. Analysis of reasons of delay in supply of medication from the hospital pharmacy indented on urgent basis. Analysis of the delay in discharge process. Analysis of delay in starting treatment after initial assessment of patients. Risk analysis of water supply in the hospital. These are some of the analytical topics. Outcome-based, patient boarding in the emergency department and its effect on the patient outcome. Bullying and employee attrition. Nurse staffing level and incidents of patient fall. Use of generic medication and its effect on patient satisfaction. Long duty hours of resident doctors and medication prescribing efforts. All these topics are practical and have been happening in hospitals wherever I have been working. The title, this is a most important aspect of a research paper. Title is the first thing which another person who is searching for some papers, he goes through. So they create an initial impression, and as you know, the initial impression is the best impression. It is like the front door of the house. They should be drafted correctly, accurately, carefully, and meticulously. I'll spend some time on this particular thing because this is a very important area which most of us are confused and do not do it very correctly. One of the reasons is that not enough instructions are there in the journals in which a article is supposed to be published. Usually, most of them are little vague. Now, they should be, as I mentioned, they should be drafted correctly, accurately, carefully, and meticulously. The title is drafted after you complete the manuscript. Most readers will read only the title and the abstract. Very few will proceed further to read the entire paper if the article does not interest them. In fact, we all are doing the same thing. We are searching various databases like PubMed, Google Scholar, even the Google, and if the title doesn't appeal us, we don't proceed further. Usually the target journal provides instructions regarding the title and abstract. These are the most important parts of research paper. Titles can be descriptive, declarative, or interrogative. These are the three different types of titles that one can do. Descriptive title, it gives the essential elements of the research theme, that is the patients or the subjects, design, interventions, comparison. All these aspects are given in a descriptive kind of title. These types of title are preferred in hospital administration journals mostly. Declarative title. This title states the main findings of the study in the title itself. It is best avoided as it reduces the curiosity of the reader. and not very suitable for hospital administration type of papers. Interrogative title, this type has a query on the research question in the title. It can be, since it can sensationalize the topic, it can be distracting to the reader. It is better to avoid. It may sometimes be used in review articles. Drafting a suitable title, the title should descriptively state your research topic and study design. Typically, this is done by first naming the topic of the paper. For example, the use of high-dose arsenic in the treatment of migraine headaches is the topic. Now, the topic is followed by a colon. Colon is 2 dots. And then ending with a description of the study design. That is, the study design could be a double-blind randomized control trial. There are various types of study design. So here you are doing a double-blind randomized control trial. All your main keywords would appear in your title, because whenever somebody is searching a database on keyword basis, your paper can appear there. So your title should be sufficiently specific. This is very important, so that someone who sees only the title will know whether or not this is the kind of paper he or she is searching for. For example, do not write treatment of migraine headache. So this is very vague, because that is too vague, and there are hundreds of different papers on that broad theme. Instead, you can write treatment of migraine headaches with high-dose arsenic in outpatient geriatric general practice, a prospective multi-center chart review. You now see there is no scope of any vagueness. It is so specific. The high specificity of the title will help potential readers decide more quickly whether your paper matches their reading needs. This title should not use verbs, abbreviations, or numbers. Some researchers use verbs in their title to broadcast their conclusion, like high-dose arsenic cures tension headaches. But this is uncollegial and unscientific. Should not be adopted. Title should also avoid using abbreviation unless they are better known than the words they stand for, such as DNA. If I ask the youngsters what DNA stands for, perhaps they will fumble for a second before they can answer what DNA stands for. But DNA, almost everybody knows what DNA is, because many readers will not know what abbreviation means. Numbers should be avoided in the title because such precision is not required. Sometimes authors write a title that aims to be catchy, usually by being colloquial or witty. Done successfully, there is nothing wrong with this. You can do it, but not in your thesis. Thesis doesn't accept this kind of a thing, but in a paper for publication in a journal, you can adopt this kind of a title. So this is just a summary. I'll skip this. Next comes your abstract. Length should not be more than 150 words for unstructured abstract. For structured abstract, not more than 250 words. Structure means all those sections of the papers, you just give those sections and write something about it. The abstract should state the purpose of the study, basic procedures, main findings, and the principal conclusion. Below the abstract, provide 3 to 10 keywords or short phrases identified as such. Identified as such means you give a heading of keywords and then write the keywords. Next section is your introduction. The introduction outlines the subject but does not develop it. The aim of the introduction is to gain attention of the readers. It should contain the research question. The introduction must be short, easy to read, and to the point. Some editors consider it the most important part of the paper as it sets the tone and quality of the entire paper. Fundamental of the introduction, what you should include in your introduction. This introduction should basically say, okay, why are you doing this particular study? What are the defects in the previous studies? What are the problems in the previous studies of this nature? Next comes the aim of the study. The study should answer a timely and important questions, which is topical, most burning questions of today. Must be strong and very clear. The result should be an addition to the existing knowledge. That is, the purpose of the research is addition of knowledge. Next comes the scope of the study. This should be written at the end of the introduction. It should provide a quick review of the organization of the study that follows. Research question, a research question. This is another very important area to formulate a research question. So how to formulate? So you make some studies of the already published literature and see what kind of questions they generate. A research question can be classified as inquiries about what, why, or how. What questions describe a phenomenon, person, group? One example is what the nurses do in an ICU to ensure that ventilated patients' SpO2 is normal or near normal. Why questions are exploratory in nature? Example, why the nurses cannot follow the correct medication administration procedures to avoid medication error in an ICU. How questions are exploratory? Example, how the nurses spend their time in patient care activities in an ICU. I find most of the articles, this particular very important area, that is the research question, they do not write a research question. The characteristics of a research question is it should be clear. Example, unclear question, how should social networking sites address the harm they cause? You see, this is a very, very vague kind of a thing. But a clear and specific type of the question could be, what action should social networking sites like MySpace and Facebook take to protect users' personal information and privacy? This becomes very, very specific and clear. What is required to be done, for which an answer to be found. It should be focused. Unfocused example is, what is the effect of environment from global warming? There can be hundreds and thousands of effects. Focused is, what is the most significant effect of global melting on the lives of penguins in Antarctica? That is a very specific. Now it has been narrowed down to a very, very specific area. It should be concise, that it is expressed in the fewest possible words. It is a complex one because the answer to a research question cannot simply be given by yes or no. Example, too simple a question is, how are doctors addressing diabetes in the United States? This is a very broad type of thing and very simple. Appropriately complex is, what main environmental, behavioral, and genetic factors predict whether Americans will develop diabetes, and how can these, the commonalities be fed to them so that they can take preventive actions. Next section comes materials and methods. This section consists of 5 fundamental parts. It includes a full description of the materials, the methods, design of the study, statistical methods used, and the ethical consideration. Materials, it may contain the setting of the study such as OPD, OT, words, the document studied, website visited, personnel interviewed, and so on. Methods, all methods used must be described. New method to be described in detail. For previously published methods, only a reference is sufficient. Methods described must be relevant to the study. Method should be able to answer the research question. This is very important. The method should be able to answer the research question. Results from all methods must be given in the results section. Next is design of the study. The research design will include the following things like a sampling design, an observational design. Observational design is the condition under which the observations are to be made. Statistical design, This concerns with the questions of how many items are to be observed. That is a sample size. How the information and data gathered are to be analyzed. The operational design is how will you carry on all these activities. Statistical methods and ethical considerations, by and large, you all know. Now the result section, this contains two fundamental parts: presentation of data and an analysis of the data. Data may be presented as text, tables, or graphs. No data to be presented unless a method for getting this was included in method section. This is important. Analysis of the results. The statistical analysis to be used to provide objective proof. Usually the statistician of the hospital or wherever you are working may help in this area. Galileo said, measure what is measurable and make measurable what is not. In fact, this is applicable more for qualitative kind of research, where we use for making it measurable, the qualitative data measurable, like various scales, Likert scale, Gordon scales, and things like that. In biological and behavioral science, measurements are not exact. Only intelligent use of statistics can describe these variabilities. Discussion section has 5 fundamental parts. These are an introduction to the discussion of the results, new findings provided by the study, the limitations of the study, any recommendations relevant to the functioning. The summary may be separate section or as the last paragraph of the discussion. There are various styles of quoting the references. This is the last section. Each journal wants a specific style. Common styles are Denver, Vancouver, NLM, etc. Whom do you acknowledge? Persons who are not authors but helped at any stage of the study must be acknowledged. Most senior authors define who should be an author and whose contribution should be acknowledged. Conflict of interest, if any, should be mentioned. Now, next part and the last part, not much attention is paid, is the plain language movement. Like the logical organization of your text, the use of common words, etc. I'll give some example in the next slide. The BASO, this is the BASO model that it should be observed. BASO stands for baseline, style, and opinion. Baseline is the clear adherence to the rules of grammar and spelling, etc. Style. On this level, we have certain degree of flexibility that every individual has their own style and they can adopt that. The language used consistently either American or British English spelling. Opinion, here is some room for personal preferences. This implies that certain issues are not simply correct or incorrect. A particular word may be preferred over others. I'll skip this. Let us consider some of these long and complicated sentences. This should not be used. Unnecessary words or simplification, decoration make it difficult for the reader to understand the key message. Correct guidelines are consistently stress the importance of brevity and simplicity. Sentences and paragraphs should be short. Use simple word which can be easily understood and which means the same thing. Now you can very well use the first person pronouns. This was when we wrote our thesis or papers. That time it was told that don't use the personal pronouns. But nowadays it is an accepted thing. You can use your personal pronouns. The next is a tense. This is a summary of use of tense. How do you use? Abstract and summary, past tense. Introduction, mostly present tense. Materials and methods, past tense. Result, past tense. Discussion and conclusion. Mixture of the past and present, sometimes future tense. that I am at the end of my presentation. I had to hurry up. I mean, they skipped various slides and had to go fast. Reason is I missed the computer. It was giving trouble and it was delayed. So I thank you for a patient hearing. Thank you all.
Colonel Vasu sir, very good presentation, sir. This is the problems I have been facing when I was reviewing the Jaha articles. Their English is at times very atrocious. They won't even look at the Google. They don't take the help of the Google. When you are typing, it automatically tells red or green. It will underline, so you know this is something wrong. Syntax is wrong. And secondly, leave that. But the main, what is the goal? What they want to study? What they have studied? There is no link between what they start off and what they end with. And they just collect data from here and there and put. Not everybody. I'm telling few. So it pains me a lot. Most usually, what I do is I say, I'm sorry, I cannot review this. You send it to somebody. So your presentation today is very apt. It's not only for the writers, but also for the reviewers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Vasu sir, thank you so much for your very insightful and interesting presentation. Indeed, it would be, I think, a great help and an eye-opener for a lot of the young professionals. And some very, appropriate comments and very insightful comments also made by Colonel Dayakar. Thank you so much, sir. And I think we have all gone through this process one way or the other, as students or as teachers or as reviewers. But then it is really a great opportunity and marvelous to hear teacher of teachers, that is Colonel Basu talking to us about, this very, very important subject, which in fact is the important kind of hallmark in any young professional's journey in his, administration or in his service, of how much he can be, published after having done some useful research. So thank you so much, Basu sir. Very, very kind of you to accept our invitation and, speak to us. Now I would, before I invite, questions from the audience, I would also request or invite senior hospital administration members of our society, of our academy, if they have any comments, if they have any questions, or if they have any observations to make on Colonel Basu's presentation. Anyone, please. You can unmute yourself and, talk on the platform.
Good evening. It is Dr. Farooq, medical student Skim speaking.
Yeah,
it was
please.
nice to listen to the presentation. Important points were highlighted. I am seeing that the quality of research which hospital administrators across India are doing this time, it has improved a great lot. From basic topics, we are going into advanced topics. I have been reviewing some of the theses of students here at Sher Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences, and I am finding a lot of improvement there. What I would like to stress here is that in addition to doing research topics, we need to have some research projects also, because I am seeing that a lot of very less projects are being done in hospital administration. When our topics which pertain to us, they are being taken over by clinicians, or they are doing those things. I would like that the academy also has a presentation on how to have a detailed project report in next presentations. Thank you very much.
Yes,
thank you.
You are very correct, because before I am in the medical group. Medical group has got a consultancy division. Before joining the hospital, I was part of the consultancy division where I was the principal consultant, and we did a lot of projects all over India, various kinds of projects on quality, on hospital architecture, on the public health, a lot of things. And the youngsters usually do not know how to go about. So there is a lot of scope. You are very right, very correct. A lot of scope is there. But now there are quite a few organizations who are active in this particular area. And liaison with them may be of helpful. The AHA is also doing various kinds of projects. In the NABH project, ISO projects, various kinds of projects, the AHA is also doing. And I think they're also doing a good job. Thank you.
Dr. Yashpal, would you like to comment on this?
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Farooq. That's a really very good.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
In fact, I would like to say that, you have the students and we have the projects. Like in Jammu and Kashmir, we have, the 7 new medical colleges coming up, 2 AIIMS coming up, 2 cancer institutes coming up, then National Institute of Ophthalmology, it is coming up. Then many such projects are coming up. I think there is an opportunity. You can involve some of your students with us in the projects. They can be, greatly helped by, getting associated with such projects. So that's
Sure,
really,
sir.
really excellent thing you have suggested. And I would ask Dr. Anil Gomes to, have this topic covered sometimes in the coming months. I think this is a great suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have a question in the chat box for Colonel Basu. So, Dr. Pushpi is asking, can you please explain how to write references?
I gave the various type of references that usually the journals they follow.
So,
Say there are, the lot of books are also available. How you correctly refer, like our hospital administration journal and most of the other journals, I think they follow the Vancouver type of styles. When you write a book, mostly the style, the references followed is a Denver classification. So therefore, it cannot be covered just by 1 or 2 sentences, how it is to be written. Because if you are referring to a book, there is one type of way you have to refer. If you are referring to an article, there is one way of referring. So all these different methods of references are there. So these are freely available on net also. You can download some articles on how to refer, and that will clarify your, sir.
I hope that answers your query, Dr. Pushpi. Well, there is a repeated request to, share your slides and your presentation, which I would like to inform the young, members or participants that this entire presentation would be available as a YouTube thing. So please subscribe to our channel, the AHA channel on YouTube, and you would be able to view all the presentation, whatever Colonel Basu has presented. So any other question or comment or
If
query
permitted,
from any of the younger lot?
okay, younger, sir, okay.
No, sir. You are counted in the younger lot, sir.
That's what I was telling you.
So I have
Very,
2
very-
submissions. One is we are mostly concentrating on the hospital, within the hospital intramural. We are not doing anything about the public health or extramural activities. So sometimes, at least once in 10, there should be a study with where the public as well as hospital interface. That is there, and how hospitals are helping the public health. All hospitals may not be doing, but some of the hospitals do extramural services like conducting regular camps, satellite clinics, or doing health checkup वगैरह. इसके ऊपर भी कुछ study, how it is going to affect the health. That's number 1. Number 2, I request Colonel Basu sir and also the AHA administration, that whatever he has spoken today, he can again rewrite it as a proper instructions, and there is no harm in publishing that from AHA again after the people boards okays it.
So what shall I do? I'll send my entire presentation because I had to hurry through the various slides and could not present everything. So I'll send that to AHA so that they can
But
send
sir,
it.
besides the slides, you had lot many things to speak which you didn't speak now. So you could put it in a form of a write-up, how to write a research paper.
Can be done. That can be done. If I get time, I'll do it, because my main engagement now is for our local chapter. I publish various the training materials presentations in our AHA Kolkata chapter website.
Wonderful, wonderful.
There are more than 100 such presentation has already come. In fact, this presentation was also there long back. The initial stages, I did upload this kind of a presentation, and the whole
Sir, deklo.
research this thing methodology has been published in by 9 such sessions in the AHA Kolkata chapter website. So if somebody is interested, he can see that, and I can give the URL of that website. If somebody is interested, can write it down. It is where I am presently working. They have contributed a page to me for the AHA Kolkata chapter, and that I am using for publication. So this is medica-hospitals.in/medica/AHA-Kolkata. In fact, the AHA may be having this URL. I have sent several times. Dr. Anil will also will be having this. They can share this to our AHA members if they want to.
That will be nice.
We will definitely share it. Thank you so much, sir. That's,
Thank you.
Very, very kind of you. So there is just a question from my side, or a very sincere inquiry. See, as you have rightly said, sir, most of the young professionals would like to research and publish, because as you said, it is the dictum is either you publish or you perish.
Yes.
Are there any guidelines to develop this kind of a research persona, or how can one progress on these publication pathway? Any guidelines, sir, for these?
See, there is no guideline as such. Some people are research oriented. They do it. In fact, from anything they can produce a paper. I have seen one gentleman in AFMC. He was in the public health department, and from anything he could write a paper. You just give him a little hint, he could produce a paper. That kind of a thing is there. But some people, they are little reluctant to leave their room, their chair, and they do the research only on the secondary data. They download from the hospital HIMS and try to publish that as a paper. And most of them are of, the very, very poor quality. So, and there is, in fact, I am rejecting many such the papers which come to me for, I don't know whether all these bad papers are coming to me, the good papers are going to someone else. That I do not know. Because I become the bad man by rejecting papers. So whatever it is, it is the responsibility of the senior administrators actually to motivate our juniors. You see, we now at my 85th year of age, I cannot go out and collect data. It's just not possible for me. So somebody has to collect data. I can guide him how to do it, how to write it. All those things can be done. But not that I can go out. But the youngsters, they should not be that lazy. They can go out of their room, and the primary data, etc., they should capture, and they write the papers. And here the faculty's role, those which are in teaching colleges, their role is quite important, because they should motivate the juniors how to do it, go about it, and then the things can improve. You see, now you all are trying. I was mentioning to Jagtar yesterday, most probably, that the AHE is now trying to get it indexed in some peer-reviewed this thing. But unless you improve the quality of the journal, you see, even the articles that is published, the last issue, one article was published and came from AIMS Delhi. That is also based on the secondary data. There's nothing wrong in that. Nothing wrong in that. The article quality of the article is very good. But my aim is to collect primary data, unless, as I mentioned earlier, that it is by research you are supposed to increase already what is known. So that should be done. The more new knowledge has to come in. Not that the old knowledge in different bottles you are putting in and you are putting up a paper. That type of thing really do not really do much good to the discipline. So that's what I can say.
Thank you very much for your advice and very, very wise words, sir. We'll definitely heed to them. There would be a number of professors and HODs who are presently, I think, would have signed in. I would request them if they have any, comments or any, ideas that they would like to contribute to this webinar. Professors and HODs of the hospital administration departments, or even the professors, anyone who would like to come on? Even the ex-professors can participate. Where is Surekha? Is she still there? I don't know whether she's left. Okay, I think we are to the end of the program of our webinar. A personal thanks to you, Basu sir, for this excellent presentation. And it was very illuminating and very, educative. Thank you so much for taking the time. But for a formal word of thanks, I would request our Vice President, Dr. Anil Gomes, to kindly do the honors. Over to you, Dr. Gomes.
Thanks, Dr. Jagtar. This has been a very great learning experience, learning from Sir. He's been one of the senior most teacher and administrator. I had a chance to be his student for one day. The day he was leaving KMC Manipal, I had joined the department. And next day, a new professor came. Many of our senior teachers are here, Dr. Satyashankar, other HODs, professors, Dr. Narendra, Dr. Jan Farooq. Thank you for joining here for today's presentation. Many suggestions have come. We will take them, we'll consider them. In fact, we will arrange another presentation which has been suggested. Also, we will try to include this presentation in a Word format in our forthcoming issues of JAHA, so that it will help the future authors and reviewers. And also, I am thinking, after Sir mentioned that he has uploaded quite a number of presentations at the Kolkata chapter of AHA, maybe at the AHA main website itself, Academy of Hospital Administration, we could post them so that they are available to all our members and interested persons. I think we will take this up. Before I end, I want to thank again Sir for accepting our invitation. I spoke to him last Monday and he readily agreed, though the time was very short. He has explained the topic so well, made us understand, and we remain grateful to you, sir. And I was worried whether my data connection will be available till the end of the presentation. That's why I made a brief experience in the very beginning, but I'm lucky I could hear the presentation. The recording is available for all of us to watch this again and again. We can refer to it. It is hosted at our YouTube channel. We will share the link also, again via WhatsApp and email. Please share it, and all are welcome to watch it. I also want to thank our academy staff at the headquarters, BOE members, President, Moderator Dr. Jagtar. Thank you, Dr. Jagtar, to moderating the session very well. All the senior faculty who have joined us attend this webinar, and thank you once again, everyone, and wish you all a happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Siddharth.
I think we'll close it
Thank
now.
you, sir.
We close it here. Thank you very much.